One Nation Alchemy. What it do? What it do? What's the truth? What's the news? All right, so last video we had a spirit animal. I had the duck story, right? I wouldn't call it spirit animal, but this time we have a spirit animal. Okay, this is going to be our spirit animal. We've got the swan. Super pretty, right? Super duper pretty. Fix my lighting. I did not do that at all. Anyway, the reason why our spirit animal is the swan right now is because story time. So I was out of town working and you needed a pass to get in and out of an establishment. There was security, right? I had the appropriate credentials and I was just, I guess, so connected to the people in the front that let us in every morning that I got like, people were offering me, I wouldn't say special privilege, but they were like, hey, since you're in and out of here so often and I see you, why don't you go through the exit when you enter in and out from now on, right? So I was like, oh, okay, bet. So I did that. The one and only time that I did that, I was stopped by someone. I don't want to be an S&A, but I wanted to call her, you know, that name that you call someone where they complain and they don't listen to you at all. And yeah, they give you stress. So anyways, this woman stopped me and I said, whoa, it's okay. Blah, blah, blah. And I explained everything to her. And she's like, no, you don't work here. Blah, blah, blah. I showed her my information and she's like, nope, that doesn't matter. And like, she was out for me. She was really out for me, right? And the reason why I exited every once in a while was because I didn't get any signal there and I needed to get things done on my phone and I needed to get like out of the area, out of the premises so that I could get like some good internet. So that's why I was even leaving here and there in the first place, which is not a problem. It's not a problem. But anyway, so she escalates the situation so far. She's like, you can come back tomorrow, buy a ticket. I'm like, I ain't buying no ticket. And so my energy, my anxiety, I guess, was starting to rise a little bit. And I was like, calm down, you know. And so basically there were like two cops that were listening to her. And I continued to stay very calm. And in some weird reason, it seemed like it was not appreciated or taken. It wasn't like they weren't being very rude to me, but it was like my calmness was keeping them in a standstill of not being able to make a decision. If I had gotten loud, it would have been easier for them to usher me out, right, of the area. But since I was very calm the whole time, you know, and I even spoke to the woman while we were waiting for the situation to sort itself out. I said to her, you know, you're in customer service, so you should have a little bit better customer service than this. Even if you think, you know, that I'm lying to you, you could handle the situation a lot more professional and speak to people a lot more kinder than you did, you know. And so long story short, I was feeling this radiation in me of like injustice and the fact that I knew that I was right. I knew that I was in the right and that this woman was going out of her way. And she really did. She went out of her way. I could tell you more what she did while I was waiting for someone to come out to verify, you know, everything so that I could continue to get in. So anyways, the next day Now, this is just kind of fate because this is the first morning that this had happened. The next morning, I come in there with my same information, and she's working there. And I hadn't seen her. I had been there for about 7 to 9 days at this point. Every morning, same people. Except she was there for the first time. And so I'm walking through the security and everyone's like, oh, I heard you had a problem yesterday. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm talking to everyone. There's probably 30 people there. And I'm like, because everyone knew me, and I'm cool with everybody. And I'm like, yeah. And I apologize for the name I'm going to say because I don't want to offend anyone who's this is their name, but I'm just saying I was upset, but this was my only comeback. Okay? Was that I said, yeah, Karen over there. And then she went on to start talking and I said, la 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 la, I don't want to hear it, Karen. Bye. And I just walked past her. Completely justified. Her scene in her face proving that, yeah, you were wrong. I do work here. And you made such a little problem so huge, So why I say that to say this is because that was kind of a humorous situation, I guess. But at the time I was a little upset. The swan is so graceful above the water, but under the water, its feet are really working. But you don't see all of the hard work, right? Because of the smooth glide that the swan does, right? So, I don't mean to get dark, but I want to say that this is an important message I have for you. There was a video I watched the other day. Don't you just love it when random videos that upset you or you weren't ready for come up? Well, anyway, this does have a reason. So this 90-year-old woman's house got raided by the authorities. I don't recall if it was legal or not. I think at the time she was not okay with it and didn't have any, had no idea this was going to happen to her. Like 90-something years old. And she's just basically, screaming at them to get out of her house and stop touching her things. And the unfortunate thing about that, and this is I would say I had like 5% of this type of upset that day that woman wouldn't let me in to go to work. That I felt cornered because she's like, telling me to leave. And I'm like, I can't leave. I guess I'm just going to stand here with you till we sort this out, But like the whole time she kept pushing me. And even though she wasn't doing it physically, I could feel this energy in me that was just feeling like, it was strangulating almost, right? So I can almost imagine how this older woman must have felt when these people that were like 3 times her size were just standing in her house or in different rooms, and she's like, has no authority, no right in her own place, and yet she knew completely darn well that she had every right to have her rights, especially in her home. So it was very upsetting. And unfortunately, it didn't end well. The next day, she passed away. And look, they knew they were wrong. I think they they tried to make it right as much as they could after the fact. But we cannot deny that the stress that woman probably went through was the reason why, she passed away like that. It was a lot of stress. Like I almost had an anxiety attack when this woman wouldn't stop, and she was trying to team up on me and get other people to gang up on me. in front of lines of people that were coming in as customers. Like, it was like really inappropriate, you know, but she embarrassed herself more than I embarrassed myself. You know what I mean? Like, for sure. But she tried, and I just continued to breathe. I wasn't focused on the authorities because I knew that I was in the right, and I knew that this too shall pass, and, you know, do not, I can't remember the Bible verse right now, forgive me, but forgive them, for they do not understand. Thank you, God. When you get into these energies, because why I'm saying these stories to you is because in this day and age, that tactic is a strong manipulative tactic, and it's very, very, very popular. And the more educated you get on it, or even me just talking about it now, you'll be able to like keep it in the back of your mind when you're dealing with people, so that you can catch it, so that you don't absorb that information, because you don't want to get there, you know, and you don't want them to get in your head and scramble it up. You don't want them to cause you to die earlier than you should. You know, she deserved to die peacefully and gracefully at that age. She didn't deserve to be in any kind of stress at that age. And One Nation Alchemy, I thrive to keep us in balance and grounded all the time in any scenario. So I wanted you to remember the spirit of the swan, and how no matter what, it's the fact a lot of times that people get more out of you when they see you lower, when they see that they can take power from you. They get something out of it. Sometimes they don't get something out of it when they're bringing you up. So you have to stay above water. Okay, you keep your head above water, all right, and you keep your feet grounded, no matter what, okay? You're holding a consistency of control to yourself, and you're preparing yourself at any time, in any scenario that comes up, that you maintain this balance, this temperance in you, so that people can't penetrate you all the time with these energies and trying to affect your emotions so that they can get what they want from you. Okay? Stay graceful. Remember the old woman, and know that that's not going to be you. That's not going to be what happens to you. When anyone tries to tell you you're a liar, stay calm. Practice it now and forever. That temperance of knowing the truth it should be the thing that keeps you calm. Because anything else that ruffles you, that's going to make you weak. That's going to make you weaker to them. It's going to make them be able to see your weaknesses easier. We don't show the enemy, you know, we don't show the enemy. And while we're doing that, we're praying for our weaknesses to be strengthened by God. Wow, okay. So that was my story time. All right. When people call you a liar, but you know that you're not the liar, you look up in the sky, you find any light you can find, and you have a little conversation with God. Okay. And you get your grounding back. You do not let them work you up. You do not let them make you look like something that you are not. Okay? At the end of this world, your actions is going to be what gets balanced out on the scales of life, right? Your actions. So you can't explain all of it, everything that you did. You just have to stand there and accept it. So make sure you think way clearer, way ahead of yourself on the choices that you make in every scenario that you face. What's the choice that you make out of it? That's what's going to get measured on the scales. Period. Period. You could be like, oh, I want to explain this to you, God. What happened? And God's going to be like, I know. Shoot, he may even say, like, I set that up. What you going to tell me? What you going to tell me? Huh? How you went the easy route? Huh? How you accepted the fate or whatever, what have you. So stand up for it. So I flipped the cards. We have empowerment. So yeah, God wants you to step up and own up to your actions, your will, your doings. That's what's going on right now. God wants that from you. On the back it says, I recognize and appreciate all that inspires me to feel empowered. So maybe God knows that you may be dealing with some feelings of not feeling so empowered. Like take the front and the back. We have security and visualization. So yeah, maybe you need to feel more secure and it's causing you not to feel so empowered because maybe there's financial problems you're going through, or someone that's making you feel less than, or just things that are just weighing you down on a daily basis, and you're gripping to feel happy, or you feel like you're being fake when you are being happy, and that makes you sad, or you're just striving for things that just feel like it's never going to happen, or it's taking forever. Don't forget about miracles. Don't forget about the power of prayer. If you make those things so weak to you, and you just rely only on the 3D world, especially the way that things are, yeah, it's going to be like hell on top of hell on earth. But if you visualize, we have visualization here. Oh my gosh. I just noticed that. Look at the swan. Oh, snap. The swan, homie. Okay, I make mental pictures of my goals that are simple and to the point. That's so cool. I make mental pictures of my goals that are simple. Simplicity. Simple and to the point. So that'll get you directly to where you need to go. You're making it simple. When you do simple, you take out the emotions. Because the more overthinking, the more emotion you put into these things, the more overthinking. Simplicity means cut out all the details, all the excess, all the extra, all the what ifs. Okay, God's saying he's going to be with you. He's going to be your security. All right? You are the swan. You need to visualize where you're going. Empowerment. You need to visualize your future self. What is going to help you feel more empowered? Patience is here. Have patience with the ways that you are going to teach others how to respect you and how you're going to learn more. Let me get closer. You're going to learn more ways to improve yourself to attain the respect you need, because you are thriving for respect in your intuition. You're thriving to be respected for what you know. You feel like people are not taking you seriously. You're ready to move away from this old dynamic, energies that don't feel like they're moving much around. Or maybe maybe in your life right now, you don't feel like things are really moving, and you're ready to use your intuition at this time and take I won't say a leap, because she's carrying some stuff, but she's keeping it simple. She's carrying enough to carry. So she's like, really, this could be a good time to really gut through your house and get rid of a bunch of stuff that you literally, if you're not going to use within the next year, or even less than that, the next 6 months, get rid of it. Like, really get rid of a lot of stuff. Act like you're moving into like a studio apartment tomorrow. And if you have kids or something, go into their rooms and pretend like they're moving into their own much smaller bedroom with a much smaller closet. What do they really use what is, let me keep the best stuff I can and get rid of the rugged, raggedy, holy stuff because I don't have time to sew it maybe, right? Or repair it. And I want the strongest, sturdiest stuff because we don't know how long we're going to need it for, but we don't need extra volume. We just need specifics. So if you have a I don't want to keep going into details, but you get the gist. Same thing with every room in the house. Everything that you don't use, you don't think that you're going to be using, oh, you don't want to get rid of because someone gave it to you, you feel bad. If they're not someone that passed away that gave it to you, get rid of it. Because guess what? Maybe somebody really needs it at the thrift store or something. You know what I mean? Like they're going to the thrift store praying that they get that item. And the benefit for you is going to be unreal. We have changes. 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 Time to face the... I never knew what they said. Changes. Okay. External validation. Okay, so another thing that you might... There may be a blockage that's going on with other people's opinions or overthinking. Overthinking because of your thinking of what other people think, right? That could be possibly happening too, whether you wanted to hear it or not. You feel like it's there. That could interfere with the baggage. So me saying getting rid of the stuff in your house that you don't need, that card pops out right there to also remind us, get rid of the stuff that is over, that's in our mind that we're overthinking that we can't control. So repeating the serenity prayer in your mind, at least in the morning time, every morning, is definitely going to help kind of like clean out that gook in your brain that just keeps repeating these worries over and over and over again of things that you are stressed about, but they're things that you cannot do anything about. So what you're going to do is focus on working on what you have right now, what you can rely on, what you are dedicated to for the next few weeks at least, and stay steady on that. Keep yourself flexible for extra things to pop up, but don't allow distractions right now because there's something really important going on. Fearless expression is at the bottom of the deck. So for us to have that external validation, there may be something that's calling you to have a speaking position in some sort. And to be able to do that, you got to block out everybody's external opinions because you are not going to be able to please everybody. You won't. Even if you're the nicest person or the most down-to-earth person, someone's not going to like one or the other. So you just have to be exercising your true, authentic, genuine self and just let it out there and just mentally know that the right people will gravitate to your call, to the calling. Because for this talking thing is good for you. It's something that you're natural at. Whoa, just flew out my fingers. Literally flew out my fingers under the table. What do we have? Ambush. And I felt like I got ambushed too. Ambush fear with your ferocious dream. Ambush fear with your ferocious dream. Ooh. Yeah, no more overthinking, okay? Because the overthinking is going to kill everything and make you so mentally tired and put so many details in your brain that you have to do this before you do this. And before you do that, you have to do that. And by the time you get done every day overthinking it, you don't get any of it done. And you actually feel less about yourself by doing that. That's why a lot of people that have dreams, they when they fail, a lot of times, well, I won't say a lot of times, but it's unfortunate that sometimes when someone fails at something that everyone knew that they were attempting to do, they become discouraged and they turn into less than they should be. less than they could have been in life. It's like they gave up, mentally, and nothing happens much after that, or no one can really tell them anything. You got that feeling before? Well, chasing our dreams, there's nothing wrong with it, and failing at it, there's nothing wrong with it. But accepting failure and saying that small period of time where you feel defeated, if you truly accept that, then the rest of your life is going to have a lower modem to it, lower vibrations, like replacing your spirit with like a lower vibrational energy. It's not good. It's not good, and that's your choice. So this is, for this ambush card to just pop out here, it's like, it's saying ferocious dream. Ambush your fear with your ferocious dream. So make your dream bigger and badder and stronger than any fear that pops into your brain. So if you are an overthinker and you can't help yourself, put all those feelings that you feel like you can't control, turn around on itself and say, but I am, and I will, and I can, and I have, and I do. Right? Just keep doing that to yourself till you start remembering memories of how you have, and you did, and you would. Because you could. And you completed. You know what I'm saying? Like, come back to yourself. Yeah, get back to elemental. Get back to your basic self, your main elements of who you are. Like, don't complicate it. Do not complicate yourself, your thoughts, your life. Like, get it completely. And that's so funny that that's coming out, because like this room right here today, I like cleared it out. Like, I took stuff off the walls. I moved my vanity out of here. Like, I was like, I don't even use this room that much, so it's about to be like a storage room for a little bit, like half of it right now. And then a lot of stuff's going to donation, and it's like, it feels real good. And things that are uncomfortable, they feel uncomfortable for a minute, but it feels real good, especially if it's going on a good destination. So we had 4 that came out before that ambush card ambushed my hand. I had to pull that out first, right? So we have make a mission statement for your soul. It came out again. Wow, God is really interested at this time in you getting to the basics. I'm like blown away that came out. No way. No way. No way. No way. No way. Okay. Let me just say that I did a reading prior to this one, right? And I shuffled the heck out of these cards. These cards came back out in my hand and right here. Make a mission statement for your soul. It cannot be any clearer than this. Unstick the stuck came out. Unstick yourself. There are spots where you're getting stuck. You've been doing maybe bad habits, things that have been wasting a lot of your time. That's not progressing you in certain ways, I guess. And so it's saying unstick the stuck. Then we have prosperity sisters, our happiness and joy. These ones were all on my last reading. Okay, so if you want to prosper, you need to stick around energies and keep that are going to keep you uplifted, supported, positive. That goes for music, things that you watch, people that you are around. The less stress right now, the better. Things that make you happy, things that make you feel joyful. When you are feeling that, when that is your element, when that is in your environment and a consistent basis, then what's going to happen is you're going to prosper more. You're going to win more. You're going to get more winnings in everything in life. You're going to be more successful in ways that you feel it means to be successful. All right, and then we have move beyond intention to belief. So this is completely new, and this is the last card. Move beyond intention to belief. Okay? Okay. So, I was doing a reading before, and that card came out. And before it came out, I was in my mind thinking, and I was saying, I feel like people need love, and they need compassion, and they need to be heard and feel like they're important for even just a little bit of time. And I'm like, but is that a waste of my time right now, God? Because, there's people that I feel like I'm being nice to, but they just, I just feel like, afterwards sometimes, right? And that card popped up. It's like confirmation to say, don't just believe that people need this love. Like, or don't just, don't just go to the intention of being kind to people because you think that they may need that kind of love. Know that they need that kind of love. Even the ones that act like they don't, they do. So believe it. No matter even if you feel like they don't appreciate it or whatever the heck. Now, don't be abused ever. But I'm saying, say you're being nice to an elder woman or something, and they're rude after that. It's like later on they may have smiled, or it may have warmed their heart, but that's their reaction for whatever reason. But God came into their heart, and they felt that later, even if they didn't respond that way, right? So don't be disillusioned. Okay, don't be disillusioned by the reaction of people. Don't take their what they do and say with all full value, honestly. And know that your intentions is the whole reason. It doesn't matter what their reactions are. Your intention is the purpose. That's what's balanced in that book of life that you are in. Okay, let me see. I'm going 32 minutes right now, but I want to pop out at least one more card for you. One more. Hoo. Oh, okay. We're going to do the crystal angel cards. Okay, just one, Spirit. Just one, Great Creator. What do we have for the collective? Send them off in love and light. Bottom of the deck we have value your self-worth. Boom. 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 Wow. Value your self-worth. You are a diamond. You are a diamond. You shine, you glow in so many ways, and maybe people are hurting you for it. Maybe you're getting glorified for it. Either way, know it's the truth. Keep it up. Keep up the good work, all the beautiful things that you do for other people, how you help lift other people up. We have here stress reduction and natural beauty authenticity. So let's see here. Let's see if I can just show you the picture at least. So it's basically two energies holding up this huge ball of energy, which actually has another energy in it. It's a radiation. Distress your mind, body, and schedule as you need to rest, recharge, and revive. So God is telling you right now that your self-worth is, you are so precious to God. You are a gem to God. And you need to take care of yourself in the best way that you can possibly do it. You're in need of some rest, so get it. Get as much as you need, as much as you can. Put it in your schedule. Create it to be so. because that is so important to God right now. For this, I just see like, this is where you get all your messages from. It comes from the crown. And so that crown needs to be strong, like a charged cell phone for you, right? When you get a charged cell phone, you feel real secure for a while. Well, you need to make sure that your soul and your spirit is secure. And you need to be able to do that by keeping your crown, your third eye, everything in line, right? So to do that, God's going to need you to get some more rest. Rest your body up. Maybe you're working too hard in one way or another. And that could be mental rest too. Mentally. All right. And then we have fluorite. Natural beauty and authenticity. Be yourself as God made you naturally attractive and lovable inside and out. So do not let people shame you for feeling yourself at this time. Okay? Balance out that physical and mental thing that you got going on. Get yourself in balance. The angels are here to help assist you with this because God sees you and he sees what you're doing, what you've been working on, what you've been dealing with, and he wants to give you this reminder that you are special. You are so daggone special, and that's why you're going to get some more love, and you're going to get some more sent messages to you that's going to say, sweetheart, go do this, do that, listen, right? And then also in your rest, you can get dreams. You get messages through your dreams. You wake up with certain energy and comprehend it as much as you can possibly do so. You are blessed. You are precious to God. He wants you to start learning how to balance out those energies more. That serenity prayer is fabulous because it'll remind you all the time, what can I control and what can't I control? Do you ever see a goose acting all rough, squawking at something that's like a log in its way in the water or something like that? No, it's slowly, it mentally prepares itself and it moves itself away from any kind of thing that's in its way. It does it so gracefully. And that's something that God wants you to remember, that you have that power, that you're gifted with that power. And sometimes that makes people even more mad, but oh well. You don't run from problems. You mentally focus, pre-think ways to maneuver yourself very smoothly. It looks smooth anyway, but you've done a lot of steps to get there, right? But you maneuvered yourself to get out of that situation or to move yourself to a better place, but better energies, right? Be the swan. Feel the swan. Read about the swan. Okay, ask for messages from God at this point, because remember how swans are just so beautiful. They're so beautiful, and that's how God sees you. Your energy particularly is like a swan to God. So, enjoy the thought of that spirit animal, okay? Changes may be coming, but move accordingly, simplistically, and you'll be just fine. You'll be just fine. All right. One Nation Alchemy. Love you. Have a wonderful sleep when you do get some sleep. Stay hydrated, okay? We're going to be up on the next one very soon. But once again, we have repeated messages. So keep on working on loving yourself. Compliment yourself, meant like even in your head. Compliment yourself if you have to. Go in a mirror daily and be like, you know what? I like myself. I like myself. I like myself. It may feel goofy at first, but it's a real good thing to do to your subconscious. It's real good to just start getting that in your mindset, how you're going to start working that into your lifestyle more. It's not just about a physical thing. It's a lot about clearing out the head space. Okay, fam. Peace, love, and I'll see you on the flip side.